Hey, welcome back to the Anime Squad podcast, episode 2. I'm your host, Robbie.
And co-host Omar.
Team leader, David.
All right, and here we are, week 2 of our weekly anime viewing, So, second episodes of stuff, we already saw the first episode, and I unfortunately was not there.
I missed you so much.
I know, I missed you guys too. But I'm back for week 2. So, to start things off, we have Sakura Wars.
Oh, man.
Or Shin Sakura Wars, I should say, the animation.
Yes.
I like this episode. I mean, it was very, very slow compared to the first episode. There wasn't a lot of fighting going on. There was some towards the second half.
Yeah, they didn't get in the mix in this one. It was more like characters. Introduce all the characters this time. What role they play and stuff. We introduced these battle maidens.
Yeah, no dancing or no idol stuff like they had in the first episode though. The first episode had a lot of that.
Did you need more dancing?
Yeah, I need a little bit more dancing in my life. I honestly do.
Okay.
But when they were introducing the second character, the child character, I think her name was Kanna, I think.
So.
I think something like that. Yeah.
Little Russian girl.
The little Russian girl. Yeah. She was when I was watching that, it really gave me like Nekopara flashbacks.
Oh my god.
Because Nekopara, the animation, also had that same thing too, where they had like a little girl. Name was Chocola. No, not Chocola. No, Chocola. Cacao, yeah. It was kind of like that. But man, it was a slow episode, but it was nice. It was very, very inoffensive.
Yeah.
Nothing bad, nothing.
It was just like, hey, this is our place, these are the characters, and this is what we're gonna do. And then like at the end, there was like that little fight, and then.
Oh, speaking of little fight though, oh my goodness, when they brought in the white mask,
the white cape.
No, the white mask, white cape. That was yeah, who could that ever be?
Right? I feel like I was watching The Incredibles again. I was like, oh no, I can't tell who this is.
It's just normal anime hijinks. Just oh man, this was character. Who could that ever be? We have no idea.
Oh, I think I saw it running over there.
Oh, no. And what got to me the most was that when she was like just right there casually without the mask or the hat, Sakura, the main character, was just like, oh, who are you? I was like, no, not who are you, but she was like, hey, have you seen that girl with the white cape? I haven't seen her at all, and she has like the normal outfit. Oh my goodness, that was the highlight for me.
God, I know.
I was like,
what? You serious? She's literally almost wearing the same clothes.
Pretty much. Oh my goodness.
Oh man, but I kind of missed the mix, but they showed a little upgrade on the mix.
For sure, yeah. And then like when they were introducing the characters, like again, I was getting huge Bleach vibes because again, the artist. This is based off of the. I don't know if like as of this recording, if it's like an upcoming Sakura Wars game or if it already had come out in Japan, but it's based off of Tite Kubo's art style, the creator of Bleach. So a lot of the female characters and male characters all remind me of like existing Bleach characters. The main character Sakura, reminds me of Orihime, and then like so on and so forth. The other character kind of reminds me of Tia Halibel, from the Espada team Bleach. But yeah, I will. This is one of our anime that we're gonna give like one more episode to. We'll see kind of where it goes.
One of the given the 3-episode rule and stuff.
Yeah. Again, here in the squad, we don't have that much of a history with the series itself, other than me and Omar. How we both have exposure to the series via Project Cross Zone.
Yes.
Huge crossover game that had everything pretty much Sega, Capcom related. Namco.
Very long game.
Oh my goodness, but so much fan service. But regardless, we had to give this one a shot. But we'll see where that next episode goes.
The second anime we saw was second episode of it was Listeners. And,
yes.
the second episode. I actually liked it. I liked it more than the first one.
It was pretty entertaining all around. I honestly, like, going into this, I honestly felt very much like this is like Eureka 7, but with music. Like the main character is so much like Renton, but as I was watching the episode, I was kind of also reminded that, oh, this character also reminds me of Koichi from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 4. I mean, I don't know. And what doesn't help is that his name is Echoes. Or Echo, I should say. And Echoes is also the name of Koichi's stand, too. So, yeah, all around, it was a lot of fun. Again, big Eureka 7 feeling, but oh my goodness, when the main character, when they, like, right after the train scene, right after they jumped off the train, or, they pushed off the train, I should say, landed in the waterfall, there was a bathroom scene, and oh my goodness,
Oh my god, yeah, I forgot about that.
I'm sorry.
I forgot about that. Yeah,
my boy had to use the bathroom.
No, but he was in a forest. He could have done any tree, but he was like, you know what? That random building with the weird sculptures around it.
You can't blame him though, because he saw. He saw the building and it had a bathroom symbol.
Oh my god!
It had a boy section and a girl section.
It looked the same. But that was funny. Like he literally slipped in his own
urine. His own his own pee pee.
And then after that, it got weirder too, because he was like fangirling over these 3 girls that were introduced in the episode. They were like, "Oh my god, I'm a huge fan. I'm gonna get your autograph." And they're like, "What? What? What do we do here? What do we do?"
Like, in the context of the universe of the series, this has a huge, like, again, sound is a big component of kind of like what runs in this universe. Like you have robots that are basically just these amplifiers, and then you have the players, which the main girl is pretty much.
Yeah, when I saw the 3 pro players, I guess, they also had amplifiers. I was like, oh, okay, so I guess all the equipments are amplifiers. I thought, like, when the first episode, I thought she would have a unique equipment to herself.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. But then I see that everyone else, they're all amplified. So I was like, oh, okay. So hers is just a white one.
Yeah.
And I guess in later in the episode, they hinted on other characters when they were going through the book, like the first girl player, I guess. She wanted more players in the game, and then like some Kappa-looking old man.
Right. Yeah. Like there's a lot more world building in this episode. They showed a back. They had like a flashback. The episode pretty much started off with a flashback of Echo and when he was a kid, and like with his sister and everything like that, as well as like them flashbacking to the hero as well. And then when it was all around. It was good world. It was good world building.
I like this episode more than the first one.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
So, and plus, I don't know if they're the enemies or not, but I love their stances.
Yeah.
Their dances.
They're really entertaining. Like they really gave me like Team Rocket kind of feeling.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of too. I was like, oh my god, this is Team Rocket. The third anime we saw was the second episode, the 8th Son. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Yeah, like again, going into this anime, I didn't really think too highly of this anime. Again, it's just a normal, isekai, normal 25-year-old man that's working in a white-collar job gets sent to another world. But the way they handled it, with him like basically dozing off and then automatically waking up into like a 5-year-old's body was just, it's random to say the least, but it's also like really chill and laid back with how they did it. And so the second episode kind of goes further into the backstory of like when he was still a kid, because when the first episode started up, he was a full-grown adult, or I guess not full-grown adult. Like
they set up that this is where he's at right now, and then, like these first 2 episods, like basically his origin story and stuff. Mm-hmm. So like this episode, like we get to see more of the mage in the forest, and
right?
And like learning how to use basically wind magic.
Yeah, like you hear you see and you get to see a lot of kind of like what he's going through with him being, again, like the title says, the eighth son. You get to see more of where he comes from. And the thing that gets to me, again, like this episode establishes way more, is the fact that he's from, quote unquote, the nobility class, but he lives in pretty much like a shack.
It's like I'm a high noble in this shitty town.
Yeah. I mean, a high noble is a high noble, I guess, regardless of where you're from. At least that's what that's kind of what they're hinting at.
Yeah.
With all of this, so that's great.
Yeah, I thought this episode was cool. Like,
yeah.
Even though when we saw through the whole training, we still got a montage of the training, and it sucked that the master had to die. But
yeah, well, to be fair though, the master was already dead. he died 5 years ago, so that's still. That's something I guess that you can say that we never really saw before. Is like the master is like, oh, he technically already died. When he was, throughout the episode, they were mentioning, it's like, oh, your master, your hands are really cold. And when he was eating, when he put a whole bunch of wasabi in that grilled bird or whatever, that the main character. Oh, I should probably mention the main character's name is Well, or that's what he calls himself. But I affectionately want to call him Wendell von Baumeister, which is pretty similar to kind of like what it is. It's his actual name is Wendelin von Benno Baumeister, but it's just kind of like it kind of sounds like he's just Bon or something. But yeah,
it's a weird
last name. Weird last name. But I guess Well is good enough. Kind of like Bell from
Zach Bell.
No, not Zatch Bell. Bell from Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in the Dungeon? Yeah. His name is Bell, and his name is Well, and they're both from fantasy anime. So I thought that was kind of neat.
Yeah, this episode was alright.
Yeah.
I thought so. So this is like another 3-episode run.
Yeah. Oh, we should probably already mention that, like, if you haven't noticed any, if you've noticed a pattern here, most of the anime that we have listed on here so far, we're going basically from what we least expected to be great to the highest expected to be great.
Sure.
So definitely
the first 3 are like the 3 rule.
Yes, exactly. So stay tuned to what we think of the more hype anime that we have in store.
So far, most of the anime right now, the 3 that we're talking about right now are the maybes right now.
Exactly.
Yeah, so we'll see after next week how we feel about these.
So again, once the next week is up, then we'll basically be able to grade all the anime that we've seen up till now, and we'll be able to X off which one wasn't really all that interesting to us. Now again, I want to mention that if any of you guys watching, if any of these anime that we've already seen or whatever, if they get axed, that's okay if you guys like them.
Yeah.
It's just not our thing.
It's just our opinion.
Yeah.
It's all opinion overall. So, this is what we think about these animes.
Mm-hmm.
And if you love this one, more power to you.
Exactly. So from here on, we're going to be talking about anime that. I guess this one we're definitely keeping. Yeah, we're definitely keeping this one.
After this episode, yes.
Princess Connect. Oh my goodness, where do I begin from here? So, the first episode was entertaining as it was, but this episode right here definitely solidifies that this. Again, I'm not too sure if whoever was involved in this anime was indeed involved with Konosuba, but oh my goodness, when I see the background characters, especially those two thieves that stole Picarine's sword, that was they were amazing. I want to see them again.
Yeah,
but the whole cast in general was just so fun. It was just so fun. Like again, it reminds me so much of Konosuba, and that's in the best ways possible.
Yeah, like when we're watching the background characters, their face expressions are always hilarious. Like there's an old man with his mouth wide open, like yeah,
he's great. And then like their eyes in general is also just basically just circles with like little dots on it. They're amazing. And like again, like the main characters are also like really cool too. And even the NC, Yuki, he's just basically like the toddler of the group. He's important, but at the same time he's not like the focus of kind of like what's going on. He's meant to be the representation of kind of like what the main character is supposed to be. But unlike Nekopara, he's still important to the main plot.
Yeah,
but he's just kind of like the equivalent of a toddler, basically.
Yeah, and in this episode, we are introduced to Kathy, I think her name is.
Catty, yeah, Catty.
The cat wizard. And she's basically a damn sooner, right?
She is, yeah. she goes off, she mind controls a pig warrior, pig barbarian or whatever, and then, she immediately, Pekarine's like, oh, I already ate. She's like Goku. She eats food, and then she immediately just kicks ass. And she knocks her out. She's like, "Oh no, are you okay?" Without even realizing, "Oh shoot, are you okay?" "Oh no, I'm fine."
I also want to mention when the little girl, I forget her name, but she every time like when the guy is like in trouble or something, she always makes that same face with the X on her lips. It's so funny. I can't get enough of that.
I know, like the facial expressions here. I wish more anime kind of went back to that. Like this was definitely a staple that you got to see more of, like in the 90s and in the 2000s. And they're still around, but like they don't get used as much as here. Like I remember a lot of people would like complain about that in Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood for say, but man, this is just charming. Like I really enjoyed it. And you were. I know you mentioned it last time, but you were not on board at first. You were like, "Oh man, I don't care about this anime. Let's just skip it."
Yeah, that's why I'm surprised. I'm shocked, man. I'm like, I didn't want to give this anime a try. I'm like, I don't even like the game where it's based off of. But the more this episode really convinced me, like, man, okay, this show is funny.
It's something else.
I did not expect it. Plus, when they do the action, it's really cool too. Like, when the Princess Picarine, when she gets down, she gets down.
Yeah, I know.
This is even before we saw her use the sword, and I was like, oh, okay, I see you.
Yeah, she punches like a brick. It's just I'm just putting that lightly too. It's incredible.
Yeah, so I'm actually excited to see this more. So hopefully,
same here.
Hopefully we'll see the next episode. And plus, the dragon was funny.
Oh yeah, the dragon fight in general was just really entertaining. All right, and then moving on to the next anime, we have Appare Ranman, or as I would like to call it, the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 7 anime that isn't actually Part 7. Oh my goodness. So first off, I want to say I really love the duo, our main duo. We have Appare, which the anime is named after, and then we have Kosame, and they're great. Like even though Appare kind of steals the show with his outlandish design, because I'm just gonna say this right now. It
screams MC.
It absolutely does. His hair is in 2 different colors. He has the traditional Japanese makeup around his mouth. But Kosame, he also kind of like carries it a little bit too. He's a samurai and he has skill.
Yeah,
like, he's not just a bumbling adult character that just kind of like hangs out with the main character or anything. No,
Speedwagon.
No. Yeah, and then in general, like again, we finally get to the point where like they actually announce the race, because again with the trailer and everything and the synopsis, the anime is supposed to take place within the span of a whole race.
Yeah, that's cool. Like in this episode, we got introduced to the other characters like in the race that we see later on, like the girl.
Oh, and then of course Kosame. Sorry to interject here, but like Kosame is like in between, kind of like what was going on with the episode. They were talking about like how they were just like penniless and stuff, and with that whole bit was also really entertaining. I just wanted to like with that whole I will not attack.
I love that scene.
Yeah, it was really cool. Like that right there solidified. Yeah, this guy is actually he's actually kind of important. He can actually be able to pull his own weight in terms of being interesting and stuff.
Yeah, it's funny because I legit thought, oh, the boxer got this. He totally got this. There's no way he cannot out dodge him, and then it surprised me. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, all right.
Oh my goodness, and the racism is real. Like, we don't. I'm sorry. Like we don't condone it at all or anything like that. But man, it is crazy just kind of like seeing this kind of stuff. It gets the whole aspect of this is early 20th century, last either late 19th century, early 20th century America down really well, because like anybody that's not white in this anime
or man
absolutely it just gets absolutely or a man, yeah, it just gets absolutely blasted with it's like, oh, this is basically a zoo.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and then of course the Native American kid too.
Native American. We didn't know his name.
No, not yet. This is the same thing like, oh, Chief Thunder. Again, no. Just a joke. But in general, though, like again, we have the Native American boy, or girl. We don't exactly know yet, huh?
I think it's a boy.
Yeah, I think so. A lot of times, like they have like effeminate looking like child characters. That's it could go either way. But then yeah, going into just kind of what was going on with the plot in general, them stealing cars and not stealing cars.
No. What Rahman was trying to do, he was just trying to look in the specs of the car because he's never seen one, and during the episode he sees a race and he's like, oh man, okay, I gotta see what's under the hood, like the inventor he is and stuff. He's like, all right, we gotta go sneak in the middle of the night to see what's up. And then we're introduced to the Chinese character. I forget her name, but she was midnight racing because she's going the distance.
She's great though. She's great. I definitely want to see more of her and just like all the other characters that they just kind of like have going for her. But you can definitely tell that she's Chinese.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, so it's cool though. She hold on her own. She kick ass. When she was fighting the samurai guy. So
yeah.
So we'll see from the third episode, and plus where they left off in this one, I was like, oh okay, all right. When they introduced the dual wielding cowboy looking dude.
Oh, her name is Xiaolian Jing Xiaolian.
Oh okay.
Hey, rolls off the tongue.
Totally.
Great name. And yeah, like again, where they left off is just, man, I want to see kind of where they're gonna go with this. When you have a dark alleyway, you know something great's gonna happen.
Yeah, totally. That's where you find all the goodies.
Absolutely.
And the next anime we saw, the second episode for this Gleipnir?
No, it's Gleipnir.
A Gleipnir? Okay.
Hold on. Okay, the Gunslinger in Upright Ramen. He's great. I love how he's just straight up, just like Reaper from Overwatch. Puts his guns right there.
Hey man, he's that cocky character who's like, hey.
We see him in the opening too.
Yeah, it's great. I can't wait to see him. Oh yeah, true.
He's the one that just boom.
Yeah, freaking John Wicking with the other guy.
And we got two John Wicks going on.
Oh, true. But yeah, can't wait to see where the episode goes on. And then back to Gleipnir
or Gleipnir.
Can I just call it Teddy Bear?
The Teddy Bear anime?
Yeah. Mickey Mouse, man.
Mickey Mouse. Just the mascot anime that's actually, not super cuddly like it's supposed to be.
But in this episode, we get to see,
the continuation of where we off last time.
That girl trying to kill them.
Oh boy. No, is it okay? So again, I wasn't around for last time, but I want to mention, is it bad that I kind of thought at first that was a guy, because like again, her voice was really low. And again, like the way like you couldn't really see her chest area or anything like that. So I honestly thought that, okay, this might have been a dude. You never know. But then of course when you go to the flashbacks of how she got the powers and kind of like how the coins worked, because I think in the last episode they were bringing up the coins. And they actually talked about the coins and everything like that, and with their backstory, I was like, oh, okay, so that's how it worked, and of course that's how okay, she's actually a girl.
Yeah.
At least that's for me,
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, they continue the fight and they bring it to like some parking lot, I think,
or like kind of like a warehouse area.
Yeah.
But in general, oh my god, I gotta bring this up.
Okay, go.
The animation. The animation in this anime was so gorgeous. Oh my goodness. Like, okay, even when they were like in the in Claire's apartment, the main girl Claire, when they were in her apartment and they were like fighting it out, Like that was pretty good. That was pretty good for what anime was doing. But then like when they got to the warehouse, and again, not to go too ahead of myself, but I need to say it. When they were just showing off the beat down and everything like that.
It was awesome. It was like there was like two halves of that fight. It was like when she was just knocking him down with her feet and stuff.
Absolutely.
And the second half, the tables turn around when they introduced that Claire finds out that he has a zipper behind his bag, and he was like, "What if I go in there because it's empty?
Oh my goodness! Oh,
and I control you." And he's like, "What? There's nothing back there. What the hell?"
I saw that and I immediately thought, okay, Teddy from Persona 4. Like the main mascot character Teddy is basically shows off like that, where he's just like nothing there. But okay, unlike that though, unlike Persona 4, this anime right here has it all fleshy and everything.
It's gross.
And then Claire immediately just takes a little bit, is like, oh look, I hope this isn't digestive fluid. I'm like,
oh my god,
goodness.
very sexual innuendos.
Absolutely. This anime is just filled with it. Again, thankfully that's not the only thing that this anime has going for it, of course, but man, when they show you essential shots, they really want to hammer in the essential shots. It's amazing.
But yeah, the second part of the fight when she's in him.
I felt bad for her.
Oh my god.
I felt bad for her when because they were talking about it, and I kind of knew where it was going when they first brought up the whole, oh, you have a gun right here, wonder what that does. I was like, oh no, this is gonna lead to some place. And then she immediately, she first off, the girl that was attacking our heroes is a runner, she's like, oh, she got the powers in order to run, and then she immediately just crushes the leg. Like, oh no. And then they show the leg and everything, and then immediately just grabs her, I don't want to die. Bam.
I like that though. I like that. Honestly, I'm tired of these characters chickening it out, and Claire was like, screw that. She attacked us first. So bad. That's what you get.
I mean, our main MC though, Shuichi, he's he's a pacifist. Like he's kind of like Mega Man X. X is like, I don't want to fight.
Oh god.
He has his convictions, and then the end of the episode when they were showing, it's like, oh, we do need each other. I need to find my sister that killed my parents, Claire. And Shuichi's like, I just need to find out what happened. They actually showed, oh, this is what happened.
Yeah, and I like that. I like in the end because they teased of how he who kind of cast the spell on him with the girl with the little chain of the teddy bear itself.
Of the actual mascot.
I was like, oh, okay, this is interesting.
And that's when my heart reached out to our main character. And we reached out to Shuichi. I'm like, man,
he didn't want this.
He did not want this at all. So I felt really bad for him.
Yeah, so really excited for the next episode. This episode's weird.
Oh, definitely. This anime for me in particular was also one of those anime, kind of like you with Princess Connect, where I was like, and I don't know where this anime is going to be going, but this is probably going to be a 3-episoder. Nah, I kind of want to know what's going to happen next.
Yeah, this is like I said in the last podcast, it's very original. I've never seen mascot looking character like that.
Yeah.
So
at least with them being the main character, exactly. For sure.
Yeah. So I can't wait to see more.
Yeah. All right. And now to move on, we're going to our Crunchyroll original, Tower of God. We moved on from the first, at the end of the first test, when we moved on to the second test. We're finally seeing the whole Hunger Games aspect of the whole tower climbing thing, where we finally get to see people killing other people. And overall, though, it was pretty cool. The way they led up to kind of what was going on was not what I was expecting at all. When they were talking about how it's like, oh, you have to basically take on these people. I don't think Bam, the main character, I don't think he actually killed anybody.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he was just trying to defend himself against these
killers.
Against Rack, yeah, the alligator that doesn't like to be called alligator. And then he finally meets our other totally not important character, Kun. Like his name is Kun. I was just thinking to myself, I was like, man, what if somebody called him Kun? He's an honorific on him.
Yeah, like when like from last episode, it was just like a test, like seeing if you could pass it, and then from where it left off that first episode, it's like, hey, like now you gotta fight to the. They're like, what? What kind of test is this? And then like later on in the episode, you see like other characters and stuff, like the samurai guy and then this green-looking girl. They looked interesting.
They did, yeah.
They were like very serious. Like,
but what about that Bruce Lee character?
Oh, I knew you gonna mention him. I knew it.
He's okay. So he's basically the Joey Wheeler. He showed off his moves, and I immediately thought, man, this guy right here, he's our guy right here. And then Omar at first didn't believe me, but then as soon as he did that Joey Wheeler face,
oh my god, I knew he was gonna be along for the ride, and I was like, oh my god, it's cool though. I like him. He's dope. And then like later in the second half of the episode, they had to do a different test. There was no more battle royale. I was like, all right, that's enough people to die. Let's do the second test.
Let's bring them. Let's see if you got
the power.
See if you got the power to cross the wall. And of course, our main character, Bam, is like,
Did it start already?
Should I go back over there? And then our Willy Wonka here. He's basically Willy Wonka.
No, you're right. Yeah, like, especially the way he acted. I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, let's see if you could be able to tell me who can go past it. Like, and they both say, "Oh, the Greek girl, she's gonna be able to go through."
And I like that character though. I like the Willy Wonka of this tower.
I miss the sniper though. His career was immediately ended.
That was his fault. He called the damn Willy Wonka a punk, and he was like, and it was like, oh, okay, I'll make an exception for you. If you can survive this, I'll let you through. And he did. He failed. That's how it is.
We just gotta wait. We finally have most of the characters that are on the poster.
Yeah, like
assembled.
Like the alligator guy.
Rack, yeah. Kun, the blue-haired character with the briefcase filled with endless candy.
That's true.
What did you have all those candies for?
I gotta say though, like I like Rack because he kept calling the other two. It was like turtles.
Turtles, yeah. It's like, oh, blue turtle, black turtle.
Why would I help you, black turtle? So yeah, great episode. I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very great episode. Second part. So can't wait to see more.
Oh, yes, that the fishing pole character. We don't know who that is. Not the green, not the green girl.
That's true. She didn't show up yet.
She did not show up. We still don't have all the characters left. We have one more. One more character.
That is interesting.
So I guess we might see her in the next episode. Who knows? All right. Second episode of the next anime we're going to be talking about is Sing Yesterday for Me. This, again, I wasn't around for the last episode, but this was my anime that I was like, I felt like I was going to be looking forward to. This is the anime that I was going to put my money on. It was a good watch all around. Okay, I towards the end of the episode, again, hate to go ahead of myself, but I have to mention, towards the end of the episode, I was mentioning, why are these characters so fleshed out? Why are they so three-dimensional, man? They're about to make me cry.
Yeah, I mean, this anime, it's only been 2 episodes. I'm already head over heels with this anime.
Oh my goodness.
This is just
when Haru, the crow girl, when she smiled at the end of the last episode, and then when she was like, she was talking with the main character, it was just it's just
heartbreaking.
Rikuo, main character, man, it hit me, man. It hit me in the feels. And then when the teacher, Shinoya,
yeah, she cut her hair.
She cut her hair.
Cut her hair like the old days.
And that's the thing, like whenever you see characters, cut their hair, that kind of supposed to symbolize them moving on. Because at the end of the last episode, Rico actually confessed his love for her because he was like, man, I'm still working in this convenience store. I want to advance my life, but he got rejected, and man, there's just so much layers to it. And then of course they also introduced one of the character The child character with
with the damn paperclip earring.
I call him a child character, but he's actually in high school. Because that's what I think I love about this anime is that like most of the characters are all in.
They're young
adults.
Young adults.
They already passed college.
Yeah, so it's cool. It's cool to see an anime like this and the stuff they talk about. Just,
it feels real. Like you have the main character Rico who graduated college and he doesn't know what to do with his life, and he's saying like, oh, I can quit my job whenever I want. And then you have Haru who's like saying like, hey, I like him. And I know you like him too, but you're not admitting to it. I'm gonna be your love rival, okay?
But she was having none of that. She was like, I really don't want to be in this competition.
Oh my goodness, it's just so in depth and just feels so good, just so fleshed out.
Okay, the ending of this episode. Oh my god, I was almost there to cry because I was like, what? So basically, the teacher. She couldn't accept our main character because apparently she's still in love with the character that passed away I forgot how he passed away, but
they said that he had like a weak heart. Basically, again, it's typical of a lot of anime where like if you have weak constitution, that just basically means you're gonna be dying an early death.
Yeah, and then I guess she couldn't let go of that because every time, and it's sad too because he passed away when the cherry blossoms were blooming. So every time she sees cherry blossoms, it reminds her of him.
It just triggers that emotion where she's like, I hate cherry blossoms, but I really love how pretty they are.
Yeah,
she can't get over it.
And it's so like, oh my god,
I know.
It's so sad. And then the end of it, they just said we can't even be friends.
Yeah.
But she has feelings for the main character.
She does. She doesn't want to admit it. We'll see where this goes. This is another one of those. Again, as we go further into our list, we're going into the cream of the crop. This is what we're looking for.
Yeah. It's really tough since it's a triangle in a way.
It is absolutely. Even if our lovely teacher doesn't want to admit that, but that's absolutely what it is.
Well, he also doesn't admit. No, he doesn't look at the other girl.
Haru, the crow.
The crow girl.
Crow girl. Yeah, you're just calling her crow because she has a pet crow.
Because it goes in circles.
It does.
Pretty much.
All right, so moving on to our next anime that we're going to be talking about is again brand new animal, BNA. Another one of the another anime that I was thinking of that was going to be again fantastic, and of course they delivered another fantastic episode. We find out more about our you guys gave our wolf friend a nickname.
Well, he's basically the Batman of the show, but I call him Wolf Bat.
Even in like promotional pictures or whatever, you see him taking the knee. He's looking at his city,
and he's always on top of buildings in the dark. So, and he's a legend to the people in the city. So that's Batman if I ever saw one in my life.
Though to be fair, I'm glad they chose him being a wolf because if he was an actual bat, it would have looked really weird. It would look really weird.
The funny thing is that he when he's regular, no one notices him.
Yeah. His regular form, his human form, and that's another thing that I really like that they didn't really show in the last episode was in the second episode they showed how like every beast character can be able to transform back into a human form.
I thought that was cool. I was
like,
oh, okay, so they can't turn into humans, but they prefer to be in the beast form.
Mm-hmm.
And then we find out that our character, the Tanuki girl, she's like,
she can't do it.
She was like, I've been a human the whole time. This is not me.
This is my disease. But yeah,
they thought she was crazy.
Oh my goodness, yeah. But and what I really like about kind of like how they handle the whole transformation bit is that it's the transformation first off looks really clean when they transform. It doesn't look gross.
No.
It just straight up. You just see like a whole bunch of scribbles and they just transform
instantly.
Yeah.
Instant transformation.
And then their human form also has resemblances to what they look like, except for Batwolf here.
Yeah.
He looks very handsome, and he doesn't look as old as kind of like how his wolf form looks. Which again, Michiru, Tanuki girl does say. But man, again, like when they continue the plot line where where she's trying to find her wallet, and then oh my goodness,
the monkey burglar.
The monkey burglar. He's so cool. He just straight up looks like a great cartoon character. He just kind of like.
You remember the monkey in Dexter's Laboratory? What was his name?
Monkey.
Was it?
Yeah, it was just Monkey.
That's what it reminded me of. I was like, oh, it's Monkey.
Yeah, it's just Monkey.
It's Monkey design and stuff.
From Dexter's Lab, not to be confused. But very unique name. Oh, but then of course, we find out that Michiru has the power of Gum Gum. She can not only expand her tail, but she can also be able to basically stretch out her arms. She's basically a cartoon character. Every character in this anime is a cartoon character except for Batwolf. He's just straight up Batman.
Yeah, it's cool though.
But she's the only one, so I think I guess later on in the story we're gonna find out how can she not turn back to human, or why does she stay beast form?
I do like the fact that the last bit of the episode that they showed was basically what we found out in the trailer. Or they showed her ID because her ID was and all of her personal belongings were in the wallet. Yeah. And they showed that she was actually.
And that was the main thing about the episode. She was trying to get proof of her being a human.
Right.
Yeah, because they were trying to give her a form yeah, you're a beast now. No, I am not a beast.
I am a human. And then they said, no, you're a beast. Beast is beast and human is human. No, that makes sense to me.
Yeah, so, but I can't wait, later on in the episode, what other abilities she has, because it looked like if she just believed in it, she could do it.
Yeah.
But right now she hates beasts.
She hates beasts.
After what?
But she loves kids. We have to mention that because when she was trying to get her wallet back, she was sent to teach kids how to read and write.
Yeah, because she wanted her wallet from
some type of boss.
Yakuza.
The girl, the women mafia.
The women division.
The women mafia with the lion lady and a bunny and a bunny old lady.
I like the bunny.
Yeah. Again, what's cool is that their human forms look very similar to kind of how their animal forms look, but it's still believable to look like a human though.
Yeah. It would suck what happened to the kids,
Yeah, they were.
They end up being there.
Yeah, the circumstances eventually lead to the fact that they're actually. They're actually orphans, or their parents got killed, while trying to get to the animal city and stuff. Which, again, it sucks. But anyway, going into our penultimate anime, we're gonna be talking about Love Is War. Love Is War season 2. Oh my gosh. Again, I've been gushing for the past couple anime, but this one in particular, again, I had my high hopes, and I'm so glad that this is just delivering constantly.
Yes.
Second episode, again, we go into. I forgot that Kaguya was actually trying to again be friends with Shirogane's sister.
Yeah,
that was entertaining. I forgot about that because I thought first season kind of more or less made progress and everything, but they actually did not make any progress with the sister at all. And this one actually addressed that because again when she's right next to her, she's like, oh my god, this looks like the president. Oh my god.
Yeah, I like her too because she's she acts like the president, and she's like, this shirt right here is gonna cost me 300 newspaper tosses and something like that. And I was like, damn.
Just great stuff. And then of course we got to see Chica. Well, pretty much the 2/3 of this episode was all Chica, and then Chica's sister is also there too.
Is that a problem?
No, not at all. Actually, I just wish she was in it more. But then then we'd be taking screen time away from Shirogane and Kaguya.
Yeah, freaking the second part of the episode when Kaguya's fighting herself because she overdid it with the cake.
It's basically like a Persona thing where she's just like, I am you, you are me. But wait a minute, we love Shirogane. But wait, no, the president is just a tool. We just want him to admit his love for us.
And I love how the maid, she was like, you're acting like a fool right now. That triggered her, and I was like, wait a minute, what? You're right. And then she's like, yeah, you used to be like that, but you're in love though. I love that. It's
Objection.
Objection!
They had a whole courtroom on Phoenix, right?
They had it set up and everything.
It was funny. It was so funny. I loved it. And then like, and then she ends up, you know, giving him the cake, and then he obviously loved it.
It's great.
And then like the last part of the episode, it was
Oh, when he got the fan too.
Oh,
he
yeah.
was getting the fan. They were also mentioning with how he was just like where they were mentioning how it's like, oh, you know, you were oh, sorry, you know, President, I know you're you know, you're getting good grades and like you're always very diligent and stuff like that. He was just like, oh my god.
And then his inner monologues.
Oh my gosh, I love the monologues. Like that was actually one thing that was lacking in the first episode. We didn't get that much monologuing, but they're back, and I love it. I love the monologues.
Yeah, it's so great. Like, you know, seeing it through, and like, oh, it's gonna go this way, and then she goes like, why are you lying? I was like, oh.
And then our bro Ishigami, you know.
Oh, he comes in clutch.
He came in. He's just like, wait. Because in the last third of the episode, you know, Chika was saying, "Oh, I didn't know it was Shirogane's birthday. I didn't know it was, you know, President's birthday. How come Kaguya knows? Oh, Kaguya must actually like Shirogane. Oh." And then Ishigami comes in. He's like, "Oh, but everyone knows what his birthday is.
How you not know? How could you forget?" And then Chika was like,
"It pained me too because I was like, oh." Everyone's bullying her.
And she had to get the hell out of there.
Yeah, Chica got screwed at the end.
She got bullied. That is just straight up just bullying from all ends.
But he came in clutch, man. He came in clutch.
Great episode though, all around. Beautiful. All right, well, that's it for the anime. Now we're going to have a brief discussion regarding some really heart-hitting news. Very heart-heavy news. The Anime Expo is unfortunately canceled. Anime Expo being the convention that all of us here in the squad have been going to for years now.
Yeah.
And this is the first time in almost 30 years where it's just no. You can't go to Anime Expo.
It's really been going on for 30 years?
It's been going on since 29 years actually.
Oh wow.
Since 1991.
Damn, that's crazy.
And unfortunately, you know, with the current status, and I can't really mention it because, you know, YouTube, of what's going on. Everything, you know, again, we have E3 closing, you know, which happened about last month.
Yeah,
last month.
And then now Comic-Con as well.
Comic-Con, San Diego Comic-Con, 50 years. And so I guess it's to be expected, but Anime Expo is obviously different for us because we've been going to this convention in particular, than the other ones. But yeah, I was looking forward to it, but again, with kind of what's been going on, it is sad.
Yeah.
Very sad.
Definitely. I think, especially how animes are going right now. It's been getting better every year.
I'm just upset that we won't be able to get to see any Eizouken cosplayers. Because by the time we hit next year, you know, to 2021, Eizouken's not gonna be the hot item anymore. So
hopefully second season.
Hopefully second season. We'll just have to cross our fingers. Come on, Madhouse. I know. I guess is it Madhouse? Okay. Post edit, we'll find out if it's Madhouse or not. To the editor. It's most likely me.
Yeah, but I think we saw it coming, but they weren't mentioning anything about it. So we were still kind of hoping that it was still happening, but like you said, you know, the situation that the world's in right now. So
yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But unfortunately, no Anime Expo.
Sad news.
Sad days. All right, and now we're going into the PlayStation 5.
Whoop whoop.
So. Yeah, so from last week to now, we've had more information regarding the PlayStation 5. Not the actual console yet, but however, we were able to see what the controller looks like, and the controller is pretty cool. My main complaint about this controller is that too much white on black. I want a pure black controller because white stains too easy.
That's true. But they showed off like there's different colors and stuff. So
yeah.
I like this design. It's very sleek, clean.
Mm-hmm. Oh, for sure.
And especially the home button being the logo itself. That's nice. I like.
It brings me back.
Yeah, it does.
It brings me back. We didn't have that in we didn't have that since PlayStation 3.
Yeah, so I like that design of it. But the only thing, I've had a nitpick about it. The buttons are not the colors of the original.
Yeah,
so,
I'm gonna miss that.
And then obviously there's I think there's a new feature on it. I think there's you put on the share buttons. There's something else.
There's I do notice that there's a button right below the PlayStation logo button.
That's for mic.
That's for the microphone, yeah.
So in case you don't have a mic, you could use the control as the mic.
Oh, so they got a built-in mic in the controller?
Yeah.
Yes.
Ooh, that's nice.
Oh, that's good for you.
Yeah.
And then another thing is that they don't have the light in the front no more. That dumb light.
Yeah.
Is gone.
Oh, thank goodness.
So is it that center thing?
Yeah, it's just that light and that's it.
And it's dim. It's dim by default because the main problem with the original PS4 controller was that it just had a light, and if it was set to bright, then it just drains your battery a lot faster.
It'll be like a 3-hour freaking control. You have to charge it back again. So weird.
Yeah.
But I like the design. The new PS5 controller, I dig it.
Now the price point that they did say that it was going to be roughly, well, from what we've been able to gather, it was about $450 to $550.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunately is kind of not that far off from what the PS3's original price was, because that was $599 US dollars. Definitely different from what the PS4 launch price was, which was roughly around $300.
As long as the PS5 got games,
that's what matters. That is what matters.
That's what
it says right here. Yeah, it's the system will launch $499, which is 100 more. Yeah, basically it is 100 more.
Yeah, we'll see. And then obviously what's happening with the world. Let's see if PS5s will be launched, because they're not postponing the launch of the PS5 from our.
As far as I know, no, they're still trying to go for a holiday release.
But
I think.
From what I also heard, that they might have a shortage on them, so it's gonna be even harder to find these.
Yeah.
Out in the wild.
Out into the wild.
What are you guys expecting? What games are you expecting, or what do you think?
From the console itself?
Yeah.
So far, I mean, I guess whatever the new whatever the big Sony titles are gonna be so far.
Yeah, for me personally, it's another God of War title. I would love from that, and new IPs.
Yeah.
Anything new looks cool like that. I think Godfall it's called. That looked.
Yeah.
That trailer looked interesting. So.
I'm personally looking forward to anything that won't just make me say, oh, I can just get that on PC. If a game comes out on PC, well, so far, if a game comes out on PC, then I can just say, okay, I can just play it on there and not have to buy a PS5 for. But I just want to, again, it all depends as to kind of what games we're going to be getting and kind of how they run on the new console. The design itself also looks, again...
It looks weird.
This is a little concave...
no, I don't think this is actually...
Hopefully not. That looks like a developer... a developer kit.
I think it is.
Yeah.
So, I hope... Yeah, that's all...
Oh, that's the dev kit right there. Yeah, it looks very, very odd.
We still don't have images on it.
No.
So we'll see how the final... Hopefully it looks cool.
Cross your fingers we don't get that. All right, so I guess with that concludes our podcast, episode 2.
Yeah.
Remember, and of course, if you guys like what you guys see or hear, I guess, like the video, comment on the video, and then subscribe for more podcast episodes.
Yeah, hopefully every week we get one.
Every week, we're going to be delivering to you guys, and deliver we shall.
Yes. Totally. Nothing. I was going to say something. I forgot.
Yep. All right. And of course, with that, this has been your host, Robbie.
And Omar.
And David.
And we'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
Later.